And hello. How are we doing?
Doing great, buddy. How are you?
Oh, not too bad. Just kind of chilling. You could say on a bridge, maybe.
Ooh.
No. Just well, not really. We're at a table, but you know it works.
It could be a bridge.
It could be a
Get
bridge.
some Hot Wheels up on this bitch.
Beat that. Just fucking having
What, Micro
fun.
Machines?
Oh hell yeah.
Fuck, do you remember Micro Machines?
No, I don't.
They're like Hot Wheels, only like half.
They were like,
a
they were the little tiny
Yes.
cars. That's what those were.
Yeah, Micro Machines.
Shit.
Dude, those things were so popular back in the day.
I don't. I
And now,
I haven't seen anything like that. Like that, I know
Yeah.
they still make Hot Wheels and they still make like the tracks and shit,
Yeah,
but they don't actually.
not Micro Machines.
Yeah, that'd
And
be
then even
cool.
back in the day, Micro Machines branched out from cars and stuff, and they did like Star Trek figures, the
Ooh.
ships and stuff, and they did Star Wars.
Shit, were they expensive or?
No, they weren't too badly priced. I actually still have, from when I was a kid, the Micro Machines Millennium Falcon.
Oh, that's cool.
It was the Millennium Falcon. It came with some figures. They could sit in the cockpit.
But they were like
And
tiny.
yeah, and then it would open up in half, and you on one side you had the inside of the Millennium Falcon, like little game area,
Yeah.
a cargo hold and stuff like that. It even had a ramp that popped down,
Oh, that's cool.
and then on the other side it had like a docking bay for like your Micro Machines.
Little characters.
No, the space shuttles or spacecraft. So you could fit an X-wing on it and
Jesus.
stuff like that. Yeah, it was really cool.
That is pretty badass. God damn, they don't make cool toys anymore. I mean, actually, I take that
There's some
back.
cool ones out there.
There,
now, but
there are cool toys, but like, there's a lot of toys that got discontinued from when like I was a kid.
Mhm.
And so like it sucks to see all these more electronically based toys are out there versus
yeah, in my opinion, it takes away the imagination.
yeah. Do you remember Bionicles?
I remember you had Bionicles. Yes.
Yeah, I fucking
that,
love Bionicles.
that was after my time, but I do remember.
Well,
them.
okay, fair, but they're discontinued. They don't
Yeah.
make Bionicles anymore, which is really, I think, stupid.
At Legoland, they have a whole little area.
Just for Bionicles.
Yep.
Oh, I'm jealous.
Yep,
That sounds dope.
it was.
Oh man. So are we?
I know.
There's a little tangent about
Okay.
toys.
You know, that's the other one of the other kicks I've been on lately. I've been looking at like classic childhood toys I used to have and
Yeah.
stuff, and like just the fond memories of them.
Yeah, I
Like,
remember.
I have some had some toys that I remember as a kid that nobody else except for my childhood best friend remembers.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Like there was this toy, and I'm starting to find more and more people, you know, with the interwebs,
interwebs.
that know about it. But when I was a kid, there were these toys called Food Fighters.
Food like Foo Fighters or food? Okay, I was like the band.
Not
Why
the
are
band.
they making toys?
Well, you know, no Food Fighters.
Okay.
They were food.
They were food.
So you had a hot dog, you had a hamburger, you had a private pizza.
Oh
and-
shit.
Yeah.
That's fucking.
And they have like
dope.
machine guns and shit. It was, there was one that was it was a McDonald's fry without being a McDonald's fry, you know.
Oh shit.
The red,
Yeah.
yeah.
So do you remember the fucking there were food ones that they could transform?
Oh, the McDonald's food toys.
Yeah, they were like
that
fucking little
transformed.
Autobots.
Yeah,
Like,
I remember that. And
Those were
then
dope.
also, I'm sorry, I'm being called, so I'm gonna move that off.
bastards.
Yeah. These other, and so they had vehicles, and their vehicles were all made out of things that were in the kitchen.
Oh, that's
So there was like a frying pan helicopter.
what?
It was a frying pan. The helicopter blades were spatulas.
That's creative as shit.
Yeah. And one of the other vehicles was an egg carton tank.
I was thinking like toaster in my head.
And I can't remember what the third one was. Yeah, I was
Oh,
just
man.
like, dude, you don't see shit like that anymore.
Mm-mm.
You know. And then Barnyard Commandos.
Barnyard Commandos.
Yeah.
Do tell.
Pigs versus sheep.
Fuck.
And they had fucking guns and different little shit they could fly. You know, some of them had like a jetpack. Others had rocket launchers. And they were just these little guys about yay tall.
Okay.
And they had little hard plastic gear that went to it.
That's kind of cool.
And each pig or sheep, you know, they're all unique and different. And they each had their own specialty weapon with them.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it was cool. Cool stuff.
Man, toys are so badass. Speaking of toys, the to get more like horror based on it, have you seen those little monster? They're like cute or whatever, and then you push a button, and they're like like that.
Yes,
those are
those are awesome.
We fucking need one. We need one of those.
Some friends of ours, her kids, we got them those for Christmas. There was the smaller ones, so there's the bigger plush ones, and there's a smaller version, and we got them the smaller ones. And they're battery operated. I swear to God, the one was possessed because it would just randomly go off.
Gave a possessed toy to a child, basically.
Why not? If you live through this, you're good to go.
This is your test.
That's right.
Jesus, your trial.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well.
Oh, I got one more thing.
What?
It's horror based this time.
Okay. What's up?
I got some new shoes.
Ooh, what'd you get?
I got from, and I'm probably gonna botch how to say their name, but from Saucony.
Okay.
They're a shoe company. I got a limited edition pair of Creature from the Black Lagoon shoes.
Oh, that's sick.
Yes.
Oh, that is badass.
Yes.
When are those supposed to be here? We'll put them
they're
on camera.
here.
They're here?
They're here.
Where are they at?
In my house.
You're not wearing them?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Fair enough. Well, you'll have to show those off on why don't you bring them next episode?
Yeah, next episode I'll bring them. They have this cool box that they came in that looks like a crate.
Hell yeah. That's dope.
Yeah.
Wait, did the company have Wolfman shoes?
They did not.
They did.
So they only did four shoes.
Okay.
They did Creature from the Black Lagoon, Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, and The Mummy. Apparently, this is the second time that these two companies, Super 7 and Saucony, teamed up and did this.
Really?
So they might have done a Wolfman prior.
Okay, because I was gonna say the Bride of Frankenstein. You don't see stuff like that. You don't see a lot of stuff for her.
And her glow in the dark.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Mine look like they have scales on them. It was so badass.
God damn. Okay, that's a pretty dope company.
But they sold out like super quick. It was crazy. So when they dropped on the Super 7 website, the Creature from the Black Lagoon shoes sold out in 15 minutes.
15 minutes?
15 minutes.
Oh, so you had like a small window to get your shoes.
Oh, I didn't get them from them.
You didn't?
I got them from the shoe company themselves.
Okay.
So then that was a Friday. So then the following Monday, the shoe company had them at their site.
Oh, that's cool.
And they sold pretty quick then too. A little bit longer time, about an hour.
At least you had that window. How much were they?
Depends.
On like when you get them?
Yeah, because on the Super 7 website they were $100 each.
Shit.
And they had a limit of one pair per person.
You had a limit? Oh wow.
Which is cool because it keeps people from going in there just like think 5 pairs, you know, and then reselling them
for like way more.
Yeah. So, which was really cool for that. But on the shoe site, Saucony themselves, I paid $90.
$10.
So I saved $10. That took care of shipping.
Hey, $10 is $10. Like,
yeah, that took care of shipping. I got 2 pairs.
Nice.
I ordered a pair, and then my wife ordered a pair for me. Ooh. We got up at 5:50 in the morning
to be able to order
to be able to order them at 6 o'clock when they dropped.
Shit.
Because I didn't want to lose out.
I don't blame you, because it's a very small window to have to get shoes.
No, and normally I don't do that. I'm not.
No,
I'm
I
not
know
that kind of person who's like, I gotta have the latest, greatest, newest Nikes or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not that person. I never have been. But Creature from the Black Lagoon, I couldn't.
You couldn't pass that up. I
couldn't
get
pass that up. You know, so this is the one and only time I've ever done this. I mean, if the shoes come back, I might do it again. But
no, you should. If they do, like, you should get all the monsters.
Yeah.
Like, just every time that they do it, just get a pair of the monster shoes, so that way you have the complete set.
Oh, dude, that would be smart. I didn't think about that.
Fucking, and then, dude, then you could, like,
we could just
show. I was gonna say show them off up there.
Yeah.
So you have all the sets up there, and then every now and again you just take a pair off and switch them. Like, that'd be dope.
That would be.
Oh man, I think we definitely need a lot more of, like, just stuff.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we get to show off everything still. I know I keep talking about that, but
it's awesome.
Really nice.
I found, so we got Reagan up there on the crate.
Yeah.
I found the nun.
Oh. Ugh.
Well, I've had her and she just hasn't made it out here.
Oh, she's gotta find a home.
So yeah, that's the hardest part. I think that's part of the reason why I haven't brought her out here yet, because I'm looking at our shelves and I'm like,
yeah, we need
we really don't have space.
No.
We might. I think at some point we might get to a point where we just like randomly
start
just
switching,
shuffling it out. Yeah.
Yeah. I can see us doing that. I think that would be really nice to just start switching and
showcasing different stuff and whatnot, and it would give our viewers something to look for too when we go to that.
That is true.
That SHOT Show and everything. They'd be like, "Oh, what's new this time?"
Yeah, I actually
kind of like a Where's Waldo.
Oh, Where's Waldo? If I forgot to mention something on the last couple episodes. So we have extra episodes in the bank right now, and I want to make this as clear as possible.
They've been recorded for a while.
They've been out before all this new equipment and everything's been set up. So
I'm not re-recording those.
No, it's all audio. It's not video or anything like that.
There's pictures.
There's pictures, but that's about it. So it's not going to be the same. Those are just extra episodes that we'll decide to put out when we want to or we need to.
If something happens and
like
we just can't do it, or sick or vacation,
die. We're looking for a replacement. You got a few episodes to keep you tied over until we find one.
Yeah,
we're good.
So,
but so speaking of now, I want to take this time to let our viewers know, if you have an awesome idea that you'd like to bring to the show right here, right now, or eventually, why don't you go down to the Facebook page and why don't you shoot us a message or leave it on the Fearful Crew Facebook page, the little group chat place, or go to Anchor or Acre.com and leave us a voice message, because we haven't gotten a single voice message from any of our viewers since we started last year. I'm not judging. I'm just silently judging a little bit, maybe un poquito. But yeah, no. So I mean, it's going to be an interesting thing. I noticed that I had my pictures up there when I switched.
When you went to just your pictures are just playing through.
It's fine. It's whatever.
I don't care.
Shh.
I'm not judging.
They're judging.
They're always judging.
I know.
Because they're judgy little assholes.
They are judgy little assholes. but
they keep coming back for more. So
yeah.
They either really like us or they're a glutton for punishment.
They're always a glutton for punishment. Oh man. If you guys also, on people watching on YouTube, if you guys want to, I don't know, if you guys are enjoying the show, maybe using your popcorn, getting your popcorn and your drinks and shit. If you guys want to maybe support us by hitting that subscribe button and also hitting that like button, it'll really help us out and we'll appreciate it.
Leave a comment.
Leave a comment.
Us know.
Yeah. And hopefully we'll see more of you.
Yeah, hopefully. So I know this is way off topic, but your shirt, your sweatshirt, it's got like a lot going on there.
It does got a lot going on. Thank you.
Trying to.
You're trying to check out all the little
I really
anime
am.
bitches. Yeah.
Well, so.
It's so it's an Ahiago, fucking hoodie, right?
Okay.
And it's funny because I didn't actually buy this. I got it for my birthday.
Nice.
I just thought it was like the funniest thing. I looked at getting this a long time ago, but I was like, nah, I don't know. I'm probably gonna get judged for it. And you know what? Nowadays, I'm like, fuck it. You want to see this anime chick just drooling her mouth off? There you go.
Whatever. Yeah.
Just to each their own.
What you like, you know.
Dude, speaking of like stuff like this, I just started learning Japanese.
Nice, man.
Fucking hard language, but it's also easy at the same time. It's just the pronunciation I'm having trouble with. So,
yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, like fucking here. Don't judge me when I say this, but it's like konnichiwa. Watashi no name ne. Fuck it. God damn it.
Hey, you're trying.
I'm trying. Whatever. But yeah, no, I can say watashi wa ni ju sansaitis, which is I'm 23 years old. So it's a slow journey. It's just the pronunciation.
Nice.
But anyway, getting back on topic. Are you ready for?
Ready.
You ready for your stuff?
Yeah.
I see that you're wearing a pretty dope T-shirt. Actually, that's a pretty badass T-shirt.
Happy little coincidence. I mean, I just grab shirts out of my closet. I don't really.
You have a lot of horror shirts, though, to be fair.
I do. I don't like plan them out usually.
Yeah.
Unless it's a new shirt, or like if I'm going to a convention, I'm gonna meet a certain somebody. I'm like, oh well, I have their character shirt.
You're gonna wear it.
Yeah, because I'm getting a photo op with them, kind of thing. Yeah. But otherwise, I just grab it, throw it on. Happy little coincidence, though.
Happy little coincidence, huh?
Yeah.
Is it?
It'll be a segue here.
Segue
into our random horror fact of the week.
Of the week.
All right, so, well, my shirt is from The Howling, which is what we're going to be talking about this week.
Sweet.
By the dawn of the 1980s, there hadn't been a genuinely successful werewolf film in years. And in the wake of films like The Last House on the Left and Halloween, which brought horror to the cities and suburbs where most Americans lived, torch-wielding villagers and mythical monsters lurking around the European countryside seemed quaint. Even when the cinematic werewolf mythology was occasionally modernized in the 1970s with films like Werewolves on Wheels and The Werewolf of Washington, the results were kind of lackluster, you know. So, Robert A. Burns served as the movie's art director, and since he had previously worked on Texas Chainsaw Massacre, many of the set dressings were reused from that. The newscaster, Lou Landers, Jim McCrill, appears in both The Howling and Joe Dante's Gremlins, meaning that both movies potentially are in the same universe. Its later sequel, Howling 4, the original nightmare, is based on the same novel that this movie is, but it's much more accurate adaptation. There are a grand total of 7 sequels, turning the Halloween into an 8-movie franchise. There's even a 9th installment, a remake, being developed by Netflix, which will be directed by Andy Muschietti. I probably butchered his last name. He did Mama, It Chapter 2.
Oh wow, it's pretty awesome actually.
Yeah, I got kind of some of the. No, you're fine.
Oh.
I was gonna say some of the movie covers there.
Yeah, I'm looking at that, and
then just various pictures from
The original is probably, I have to say, my favorite. The
Yeah.
first Howling movie.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I like all of them, but I
They
didn't
kind of started going a little campy.
a little bit. But that's
Howling
not always bad.
Howling 4 though kind of started to bring it back.
Yeah,
It really did with the horror.
that's a dope picture right there.
I knew you'd like that one,
Yeah.
so I specifically picked that one with you in mind. Um, I love that scene right there where she's
Mhm.
digging through a file cabinet and stuff, and then the werewolf just is like, "Here's the file you need."
Yeah. And that's, oh my god, the change scene was
Yes, yes.
phenomenal.
That's from the book. There, those are the book covers.
Oh shit. Yeah, those are really badass.
And then, of course, the movie covers from 1 through 4,
oh yeah.
and then 5, 6, 7, 8.
So you're telling me that they're actually making a ninth movie on Netflix?
That's what I hear. Yes.
So yeah,
I think it would be best served as a series.
I did.
myself.
That's what I was thinking too, because Netflix has been doing a lot more series based
Yes.
stuff lately.
And speaking of Netflix series,
Oh, funny.
before you got over here, I was actually watching the newest season of Castlevania.
Ooh,
Yes.
I just started watching that.
The newest season?
No.
Season one?
I just started watching the show itself.
Oh god.
It's good,
It is.
but
It's intriguing. I could sit down and just binge the whole season
oh yeah,
all in one day because it's that good.
it's brutal, gory, and just fucking it. Really good. It's really good.
Yeah.
I would suggest anybody to watch that for sure.
Yeah. If you haven't seen it, you should.
Should definitely give
If
it a
you're
try.
if you're a horror lover or a lover of anime, just
Fucking yeah, and that's why it got my interest too, because I was like, oh, I didn't know that, because I knew it was a game,
Mhm.
right, and it was also a comic, wasn't it?
it very well could be. I didn't follow it that closely, so it very well could have been.
But I know game for sure, and
Mhm.
so when they took the anime adaptation to it, I was like, oh hell yeah, like that's fucking just badass.
Well, it's
in
cool
general.
because it's not the animated version of any of the games. This takes place prior.
Yeah,
So it's really cool. So they have a lot more liberties and stuff.
and they have a lot more stuff that they can do with it, which is pretty badass.
I think it would be badass to see a live action version.
Alive. Oh yeah.
I think that would be badass.
See, that'd be really cool. There's one a little off topic of Castlevania, but on Netflix. Speaking of Netflix, that new Resident Evil TV show that's animated. It's got Leon and oh, what's her name? Fucking
I can't remember.
I can't-
I haven't watched it, or is it even out?
I think it's out. Either it's coming out soon or it's already out. It's one of the two. But yeah, no, Netflix, man, they love picking up shows or Netflix originals, which I'll call bullshit on some of the
Oh,
originals.
Jesus, yeah.
That
Yeah.
they're like, oh yeah, this is a Netflix original. No, it's not.
Like Lucifer. They call
Yeah.
it a Netflix original. It's like, no, that was on another channel.
I won't give them too much shit for it because they did pick it back up.
They did, but it's not an original.
I know it's not
To me, original means you took an original idea that's not already currently in production,
Yeah.
and you do something with it.
Yeah, Nick and I just started getting back because that's his show and my show that we watched together, and him and I have been we just watched the first 2 episodes of the second half of season 5, and holy shit, it's
I'm gonna
good.
be honest. We're like season 2.
Oh wow, so you guys are way behind.
We are. Well, we used to watch it as a family,
Yeah,
and then things got harder for everybody to coincide and get together. And
yeah. Now you have an empty nest.
yes, we do.
So I didn't mean to like throw that out there, but
No, yeah. And so then now we need to just get back into it. Just
Yeah.
like Supernatural. We used to watch as a family, and then got harder and harder to watch
and there's
to
so
get
many-
everybody together.
Yeah.
And we're a couple seasons back.
Oh, on Supernatural.
Yeah, I think we're on season 13.
Season 13. Oh, so a couple.
We're close,
Yeah,
but I
it's
mean,
not too bad.
there's only 15 seasons.
Yeah,
Sad. That's
I
part of the other thing. I'm kind of hesitant to get to the end of it.
I was too, and I will. The only thing that I'll say about the end of Supernatural was it wasn't the way that they intended it to be, and the only reason why is because of COVID.
Mm.
That's the only thing I'll say. Like I'm not gonna give too
Okay.
much
Okay.
out,
Cool.
but it was still good. They ended it nice, and I think I hate that they keep teasing on like interviews and stuff like that. They're like, oh yeah, we never said it was dead, because you know what?
Well,
Just
they could
because
go into an animated series, or they could go.
they already did that. They had an animated series,
right, right. But
season
they could do.
2.
They could do it again, though. Is what I'm saying.
No, yeah, no, I get that.
By saying that, or comic books,
Or they could just go back because they from what I heard, the what is it, the Walker Texas Ranger, the TV show, dude, I heard that tanked.
dude, I wouldn't be surprised.
um
I'm sorry, and nothing against any of the actors or actresses that are in that show.
the script is terrible.
From what I've seen of the trailer, they totally like change it. So I don't know if you remember Walker Texas Ranger.
Oh yeah, Chuck Norris,
with
dude,
Chuck
I used
Norris
to watch it.
Yeah. This is so different than that from what I saw of the trailer, and I'm like, man, you can't take a beloved show like that and just like completely change everything
Yeah, but
and
they
expect people to love it.
I don't think that it was supposed to be a continuation or anything like that. It was just,
You can't use the same fucking name.
yeah, but it's
I'm
an
sorry.
iconic name. I kind of understand why they were doing it. They just
To
went
draw
about
people in.
yeah, exactly.
That's it.
And using a bigger actor like Jared Padalecki.
What's Padalecki?
I don't know. But, no,
No, I get it, but they could have.
they could have done it so much differently, and they could have made it a lot better. The script in general, we tried watching it, and it was just so bad. The actors are not bad. The
Right.
script is terrible.
Well, and that's the thing that I know we've kind of gone on a tangent and off away from,
yeah,
but
the howling. Yeah,
that's kind of the thing you see a lot, though. I mean, so many people are like, "Oh, this actor did a horrible job," and this that. You know, when it
It's
comes
not.
down to it, they do what they're told.
they can only do so much
You
with
know.
what they're given.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're given a script, and some directors, I've from research from all this stuff that I've been doing for the Random Horror Fact
Yeah.
and stuff, some directors are real dicks, and they want you to stick to the source material, read it as is, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then others will let you ad lib and make it more yours. And that, I feel, is when things become more realistic, a little bit better. But then when you're a complete dick and you're like, no, you're going to do it this way because this is how I wrote it. This is how I want it.
Yeah, it's kind of
And it doesn't necessarily always turn out
no.
good. Sometimes I could say it probably does work out well, but not always.
No, it's unless it's an extremely well written script,
Yeah.
and like flawlessly written. I mean, but then again, I mean, there's always that room for people to be like, kind of give it your own feel, or
There should be, yeah.
yeah,
But it doesn't always happen.
no, you got those
um,
assholes out there.
Just like, oddly enough, I was just reading about this. It's not horror, but I was reading about why Ryan Reynolds took the part as Deadpool in X-Men Origins Wolverine,
Because he thought,
because he wanted to play Deadpool so bad, and he knew the other movies were coming,
mm-hmm.
and whoever the actor was who played him in X-Men Wolverine Origins was going to be tied to the character, and that's who was going to be playing the character in the other movies.
So it was
So
like
he took it knowing that
He
it
was
was horrible
okay.
rendition of Deadpool, knowing that later it was going to pan out.
Yeah, because then they did all the ending credits.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking sequence where he goes back in time and he fucking kills that version of Deadpool, kills himself for playing Green Lantern.
Now, Jesus Christ. I was so disappointed with that one.
with Green Lantern.
Yeah, he's my favorite, and
Yeah,
they didn't do him justice. The fucking CG suit, like,
it was terrible.
they
It was
shouldn't have done
so
it.
bad. The
Ryan Reynolds had the right character
Oh yeah, he played the role
for the
okay
role. I mean, even now, if they redid it,
with him.
he would still be a
I
good
think
contender for Hal.
he literally, especially the way that he portrayed the character, because I know he had a little bit of room to play
Mm.
around with the character himself. Was, um, it was I saw him as Green Lantern,
Yeah,
like Hal Jordan for sure. But now I doubt that they're going to make another Hal Jordan Green Lantern movie anytime soon, at
yeah.
least.
They're doing a Lantern Corps,
Yeah, they're probably gonna take it with
so
oh, what's his name?
um,
Black Green Lantern.
I wish I could remember his name.
I know, like I
He was more of a serious tone to him,
yeah,
whereas Hal was more of a lighthearted, fun,
and that's
joking.
kind of what
So
I liked about Hal Jordan more. I
yeah,
liked the other guy, but
the other Lanterns are good in their own right. It's
yeah,
just I prefer.
I want them to do a rendition of the Blackest Night as a fucking
Yes.
TV series.
Yes.
Like like
Dude.
not like PG or PG-13 style.
Mm.
No, make it like rated R or whatever, and just fucking
I
go dark
holy
with
cow!
it.
We've been trying to finish. I know it's been done for a while, but the Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Oh yeah.
Holy shit! Wow.
Have you
They showed all the other Earths with the other TV shows.
yeah,
That was awesome.
some of the older TV shows especially.
Some of the older ones, some of the newer ones like Titans
Mhm.
and Stargirl
Batwoman.
and Batwoman.
Batwoman.
I've I just never liked that character.
No, I have fucking
I just didn't, you know.
Commissioner Gordon's daughter.
Yeah. Well, and that's not how the show went. At least the first season.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
I just when you change things like that.
It's yeah, a little much.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely agree. There needs to be more female lead superheroes.
Yeah.
In the mainstream.
Well,
There
and
does.
and that's why I was also I saw this thing that was really irritating to me because they're trying to change so much right now because you have all this cancel culture bullshit that goes on in the world.
Jesus.
And
Yeah.
okay, some things okay, I could probably agree on a couple minor points that they make.
Yeah.
Maybe minor. But when you start trying to like take a character and like for example, Clark Kent and they're just trying to read I saw this the other day on Facebook and it was so stupid. You try to take Clark Kent and you make him a black character. That doesn't work. If you want a black Superman, that's fine. But don't try to take an original character and be all
just
like,
change
oh,
his skin tone.
yeah, and just that doesn't make
or
sense.
sex. Yeah.
And
No,
that's
and that's what I get. That's what I agree. There's so many different variations out there in the world.
yeah.
Of the world of comics. I mean, you got infinite Earths, so there's infinite possibilities.
Well, and
But
that's
he
what I'm
doesn't
saying.
have to have the same name.
No, he doesn't have to be Clark Kent. He could be something else. And that's what Stan Lee himself even said when people were giving him shit about, we want a black Spider-Man. We want a black Spider-Man. Why can't Peter Parker be black? Why can't Peter Parker be black? And he sat there and he said, and like for quote, he was all like, I will not change my character, but he's like, I can make a black Spider-Man and
Yeah.
Miles Morales.
And
like,
people love him.
yep.
You know?
So
And that's the way it should be,
Yeah. I don't
It-
think you should literally be changing like everything on a whole nother level when it doesn't need to be. It's not
Yeah.
it's not a necessity.
It's just like the Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Where the Falcon is taking up the mantle of Captain America. But his name didn't change. He's still
No. He's still the Falcon.
well, whatever his name is. Sam.
Sam, yeah.
He's still Sam. I mean, It's not like he's like, I'm gonna be Captain America, so now I need to change my name to be Steve Rogers. You know?
Exactly. Which
But he's taking up the mantle, which did happen in the comics.
Yeah, that did. Well, also, Winter Soldier
Yes.
took up as Captain America. A couple others actually took up
Yes.
as Captain America. But I heard that I can't remember his name for the life of me. The guy that played Captain America, I can never remember his name.
Chris Evans?
Thank you. Yeah, Chris Evans. Yeah. I heard he wants to come back and play Captain America again. Same thing with Robert Downey Jr. He wants to come back and do Iron Man.
Yeah.
And there's rumor that they're going to be back. There's ways that they could do it, like for Iron Man, for instance. And for all those people, but he's dead, he's dead. There was a comic where he was literally just what is it called? He was an AI.
Yeah.
He was literally a hologram inside of a suit, and it had all of his memories, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Captain America, it was a different universe Captain America in the multiverse.
Yep.
That got pulled into the Avengers, or it was the Skrull who infiltrated
Secret Wars.
Yep.
So.
But anyway, so we've gotten totally off topic.
I digress.
Yeah. We have a lot of awesome content. Other than like Marvel and DC and all that
our
fun jazz.
Tangents.
Our little tangents we get on, but whatever.
They're good tangents.
They are good tangents. I have this week an awesome story. You probably have heard us say this joke a few times on the show. It's my bridge now. But I have the story, a little bit of history on the Goatman Bridge, or the old Alton Bridge.
Ooh.
So, are you ready?
I'm ready, buddy.
All right.
Let's get into it.
Let's do it. So, the old Alton Bridge is one lane, 140 feet long, 14 feet wide, and runs east-west. It is no longer operating as a working bridge, but it's still open to pedestrians. It was built in 1884, with the final inspection and approval of the bridge occurred on September 22nd of 1884. It is Denton County's oldest remaining Pratt Truss iron bridge, one of the most popular styles of bridges in Texas, as well as the rest of the U.S. in that time period, and one of the oldest in the state. It is also known as the Copper Canyon Road Bridge because the road crossing the street was called Copper Canyon Road. It is now located off of Old Alton Road, presumably named for the bridge. The bridge was reportedly built from a kit provided by the King Iron Bridge and Manufacturing Company of Cleveland. The old Alton Bridge was originally built to connect the town of Alton to Denton over Hickory Creek, a tributary of the Elm Fork of the Trinity River. It is a wooded rural setting. The bridge was part of the main road from Denton to Dallas. I'm getting all tongue-tied. Alton was a tiny town that originally consisted of one person. When it was established in 1848, it was chosen as the legal center of Denton County. After the county seat was moved to Denton, residents of Alton moved to other towns, and Alton eventually disappeared. The bridge was originally placed near Alton despite the fact that it was a diminishing community, because the county hoped that the road and bridge would help reinvigorate the town. It did not work. The bridge then connected Denton to Copper Canyon. According to the bridge application for the National Registration of Historic Places, the bridge was assigned modernity and permanency. In 1888, the old Alton Bridge was placed on the National Register of Historic Places for its architecture and engineering. The National Register of Historic Places lists its periods of significance as 1875 to 1899. At the time of its being placed on the National Register for Historic Places, the bridge was technically on U.S. Army Corps of Engineering property, although the bridge itself did not belong to them, because the old Alton Bridge was the only one lane. Drivers would have to honk their horn when they got on the bridge to give warning that they were crossing the bridge. In 2001, a vehicle use of the bridge was replaced by a new adjacent concrete and steel bridge. In 2012, an old Alton Bridge was named a recorded Texas historic landmark. It is now a hiking area. The legend behind the bridge that I'm about to get into is pretty interesting. About 50 years after the bridge was built, so in the 1930s, an African-American man named Oscar Washburn and his family lived in Denton, Texas, reportedly near the bridge. He was a successful goat farmer who became locally known as the Goatman. Reportedly, at one time, he put a sign on the old Alton Bridge advertising his business, which was near the bridge, that read, "This way to the Goatmans." Local Ku Klux Klan members were reportedly threatened by his success. In August 1938, Klansmen reportedly forcefully took Washburn from his home to the bridge and hung him with a noose from the side of the bridge. However, when they looked down to the side of the bridge to view Washburn's body, it had reportedly disappeared from the noose, which caused the Klansmen to panic. They then returned to Washburn's home and killed the rest of his family. Washburn's body was reportedly never seen again. This is all just legend, as there is no historical record corroborating the story. According to lore, Oscar Washburn, or the Goatman, now haunts Old Alton Bridge, sometimes called Goatman's Bridge, especially on the internet. Legend has it that over the years since his murder/disappearance, many abandoned cars have been found on the bridge when it was still operating as a vehicular bridge, as well as several reports of missing people who were never found. Others have reported hearing strange noises such as laughing, growling, horse hooves, or goat hooves, and splashes in the water below. Sightings of a ghostly figure appearing on the bridge have reported, including some saying that the apparition was that of a half-man, half-goat being. People say it's most common to see Goatman around Halloween, and that he has glowing red, empty eyes. That others have also reported seeing the ghostly figure of a woman and hearing a woman's voice or laughter. There have also been sightings of strange lights. One woman reported seeing an orange light that expanded into the long beam shooting straight into the air for several seconds before disappearing, with this phenomenon repeating itself twice. The same woman reports using a K2 meter on Old Alton Bridge to ask the spirit what gender it was, getting the result several times that the spirit was a woman. There are many reportings of paranormal activity on the bridge. People have reported a growling voice telling them to get off the bridge. And one person said that after he and his friend heard the voice, he ran off the bridge while his friend stayed. He then reportedly watched his friend get dragged towards the railing off the bridge and flipped into the water below. Visitors have reported an odd energy in the area. People have reported hearing hooves following them across the bridge as if they were being chased off. There is no photographic evidence of the Goatman apparition. One blog says that knocking 3 times on the bridge may summon the spirit, but, do it with caution. Several sources report a variation on if you honk your horn twice towards the bridge, the glowing eyes of the Goatman will appear. One version says that this should happen at midnight. Another common story is that satanic rituals would take place on or near the bridge. Some versions of the Goatman story have the Ku Klux Klan being involved in satanic rituals, or that the satanic rituals were what summoned the half-man, half-goat spirits, separate from the story of Oscar Washburn. Reportedly, a stretch of highway near the Old Alton Bridge has been adapted by the Denton County Paranormal Investigators. A Satanist opened up a portal that released this inhuman demonic entity that is half-man, half-goat. These are all just facts I'm about to tell you, that I'm telling you right now. Folklore often refers to the bridge bridges as portals crossing over into different dimensions. If you've seen the show Ghost Adventures, the one investigator claims that she saw the Goatman appear on the shore when doing an EVP in the middle of the bridge. The forest is rumored to have occultists and Satanists attempting to conjure demon forces in the forest. A paranormal investigator claims to find evidence of animal sacrifice rituals. Multiple women claim that they were scratched 3 times, a mocking of the Holy Trinity. Multiple instances of women claiming they feel strong feelings of aggression. One instance, a woman envisioned murdering her fellow investigators. 3 different investigators picked up an entity calling itself Steve. The stupid name. An entity in the forest seems to go after women. This entity is violent and has gotten physical with people who encounter it. And that's the end. But
I'm sorry. Really good story.
yeah,
I don't mean to
fucking
laugh, but
Steve.
Yeah.
Steve the Goatman.
Goatman, what's your name?
Stupid.
My name's Steve.
Steve.
Kind of reminds me of that. You ever see Old Greg?
I'm old Greg.
You ever drunk Baileys from a shoe?
I was thinking of have you ever seen that kid's movie? It was like Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Oh yeah, the monkey.
The
Steve.
monkey. Steve. Like that's just how I imagine that.
What's your name? Steve.
Steve.
I just imagine him like, oh, Goatman coming up over the bridge, and he's like, "You like Baileys?
You like Baileys?" Oh man.
You ever drunk Baileys from a shoe?
Oh god,
You
no.
see some artwork? I call this one Baileys. This one's closer Baileys.
Like Steve, you really gotta change your name. Like
it's
not the
nuts.
most menacing name ever.
It's not really.
No, I fucking what? Who goes on my bridge? Like I do. This is Steve's bridge.
Yeah, then you're like,
Steve, you big
like,
pansy motherfucker.
Really, Steve? That's the scariest name you could come up with. Like, now I'm not even scared of you.
Like fucking Beelzebub or
He like comes
something
out
cool.
and you see him and he's all menacing looking. And you're like, holy fuck, that's scary. And he's like, I am Steve. You're like, all right, fucker.
Get your fucking briefcase and go do stocks and bonds in goddamn New York, Steve.
Get over to Wall Street.
Go on Wall Street.
Fuck you, Steve. This is my bridge now.
Fuck you, Steve. Oh man.
Oh man. It's such a
Oh.
good story.
Yeah, but it's really interesting. And
It is.
people that, the Ku Klux Klan thing, fuck you racist people. That's all I gotta say.
I agree.
Yeah. Go talk to Steve and get thrown off that bridge.
Yeah.
Little hooves going down.
It just Steve. I mean,
Just Steve.
I'm gonna go there, knock on the bridge 3 times, be like, all
gonna
right,
do it?
Steve. Where you at, Steve?
Steve! You home?
Housekeeping?
Bring a beer. Steve, I brought you a brew. Let's go.
We gonna drink.
No, I'm gonna go there with a little barbecuer. I'm gonna go buy some goat and just fucking start cooking it.
Start cooking it. Hey, Steve, you want some?
It's a little. Is it like cannibalism for you, Steve, or is it just? I mean, I don't know. But yeah, no, I'm glad you like that.
I'm sorry. You had me, and then as soon as you said Steve,
I know you started cracking up.
doing my best not to laugh.
Oh man.
Because I really was thinking of old Greg when you
Old
said Steve.
Greg.
I'm old Greg.
Oh man.
You love me.
If you saw, which was really interesting, some of the pictures that I had.
Oh yeah. I was watching the pictures roll through until you said Steve.
Yeah. That's all I said, Steve. Yeah, like apparently that's the bridge. From what I saw of the
What's the fire?
I don't know.
So that's just somebody wearing a goat head.
I know, I just put that up there because I
Like-
thought it was kind of funny.
Oh, okay. All right. I
But-
didn't know.
And then that's the bridge,
Mhm.
and like that's somebody's picture that they took with their phone, and you could see like fog and shit. That's just some picture.
Or they're vaping, and that's
Yeah, just Quick, take the picture.
Yeah. Oh, look how
God, I
foggy it
died.
is.
Yeah, but it's pretty as shit. If you look at it.
It really is. It really is. So that's very interesting. That you chose a bridge
Why?
because I too also have
The
a
fucking
story
bridge theme
about a
today.
bridge.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. All right, so are you ready to get into this?
I'm almost as ready as I'll be. You know.
Almost as ready as you'll be.
Well, almost. I need a drink of water.
Drink your water. Here. Yeah, take my quick
All
little smoky smoke.
I'm ready.
Are you?
So, we're gonna be talking about the Mothman.
Ooh.
In November 1966, gravediggers working in a cemetery in Clendenin, West Virginia, spotted a strange man-like figure in the trees above their heads. A few days later, two young couples from Point Pleasant reported being chased by a large creature with 10-foot wings whose eyes glowed red while driving near a former military munitions site outside of town. Sightings of what area newspapers dubbed the Mothman continued throughout the next year, oftentimes leaving witnesses with a deep sense of dread. Many locals believe that the Mothman lived in a vacant nuclear power plant outside of Point Pleasant, perhaps the escaped product of some secret government experiment. The sightings came to an abrupt halt in December 1967. However, a horrific tragedy at Point Pleasant, the Silver Bridge, which carried U.S. Route 35 over the Ohio River, collapsed under the weight of heavy rush hour traffic, killing 46 people. Coincidence? Maybe, maybe not, you know. The fact that the collapse was later attributed to a faulty suspension chain didn't stop the conspiracy theories. In 1975, writer John Keel wrote a book titled The Mothman Prophecies, linking the bridge collapse with the Mothman sightings. In it, Keel suggested that the sightings were actually bad omens about the impending bridge collapse. In 2002, the book was turned into a movie starring Richard Gere and Laura Linney, and the spooky West Virginia legend exploded onto the national stage. The small town of Point Pleasant fully embraced its most famous resident, welcoming the annual Mothman Festival in 2002, installing a 12-foot metallic statue of the creature in 2003, and opening the Museum of Mothman and Research Center in 2005. There is no way to truly determine what exactly haunted the skies of Point Pleasant in the mid-1960s. Some credit the sightings to the migration of sandhill cranes, while others believe that it was a large owl that wasn't native to the area. Though Mothman sightings have been decreasing significantly since the 1960s, photos of Mothman-like creatures taken by a man driving through Point Pleasant made headlines in 2016. The Mothman has also been spotted in Chicago in recent years, leading some to believe that he's relocated to the Windy City. Or perhaps there's more than one Mothman in our midst. The time was 1966 at Point Pleasant, West Virginia, and something very strange was happening. More than 100 people reported seeing a 9-foot-tall, black-winged creature with glowing red eyes. Some said it spoke to them and forewarned of an impending disaster in their town. A small farming community at the intersection of the Ohio and Kanawha rivers. 1 year later, their worst fears were realized when the bridge over the Ohio River connecting Point Pleasant, Ohio, collapsed. Mothman, as the beast was known by locals, was never seen or heard from again. There are a lot of people who just don't want to talk about it anymore, either because they're either traumatized or they don't want the press attention, said Jeff Wemsley, a Point Pleasant native and author of Mothman, The Facts Behind the Legend. People were pretty much scared out of their wits. The story of the strange season in Point Pleasant was chronicled by journalist John A. Keel in his book, Mothman Prophecies. The Mothman Prophecies movie, a $42 million budget, from Sony Screen Gems, released starring Richard Gere, is a crusading Washington Post journalist named John Klein, who through a personal tragedy finds himself at Point Pleasant. He gradually becomes embroiled in the town's strange sightings until he reaches a point of obsession and near lunacy. Although the real story occurred in the 1960s, the movie is set in contemporary times. The film also stars Laura Linney. She was in Will and Grace. But it was not until one night in spring of 1997 that he was pulled into the Mothman world. The screenwriter. During a bout with insomnia, he found himself in a Pasadena bookstore, and he saw the Mothman prophecies on the shelf, picked it up, and soon enough he was sitting cross-legged on the floor reading the book. He read throughout the night. The next day, he was on the phone with the author Keel and began writing a screenplay. Hayden based 2 characters on Keel. Greer played the younger, cockier journalist, while Alan Bates played an older, wiser, and spooked professor who at one time also witnessed a paranormal event. By 1998, Lakeshore Entertainment bought the rights to the script and began a 2-year development process, but Hayden's vision for the film remained intact. Most Hollywood movie ghosts make their presence known to help us get back together with our girlfriends, said Hayden. I wanted to write a story that said you can ask questions about why things happen, but they are the sort of things that we're never going to get an answer to. This was the movie about dealing with something that human beings will never be equipped to understand. Could this be a man? A voice? A light? Or a monster? Pellington said. Many of these things we don't have an answer. That was revealed to me. That was the appeal to me. The ambiguity and the unanswered questions. We wanted to play it straight and strip out any of the melodrama and kookiness. Keel, who has since seen the movie, said he thought Richard Gere does a great job of gradually going nuts. Now 72 and still writing books and articles from his hometown in New York, he says, I didn't go nuts, but I was very upset when the bridge collapsed. It was pretty distressing. I was determined I was going to find the answers to this. As it progressed, I became more and more baffled. It took a long time for me to realize that I was dealing with something that the human mind could not understand. There are many things that we will never know. Indeed, nobody knows what those people saw on those dark West Virginia nights. But for the folks who say that they saw the strange, malevolent creature, whatever it was, their lives were never the same. It began when 2 couples parked at an old World War II munitions dump site that the locals called TNT. Say they were chased by a large creature. They reported the incident to the police, and the sightings continued from there. Some say that the creature chased them to the ground. Others suffered from bleeding eyes after reportedly seeing it. Many never slept well again. It did not help to calm fears when the town's investigative reporter, Mary Heyer, who had devoted much ink to the Mothman, died suddenly. One theory is that people saw a huge sandhill crane that veered off course. Another is that it was a giant mutated owl, and others say the people in Point Pleasant succumbed to mass hysteria. This guy says, I believe that some people saw something. It was probably a bird, said Hilda Austin, 58, who lived through the Mothman sightings and is currently the head of the Point Pleasant Chamber of Commerce. Some of it was just a hoax. It could have been something spawned by the toxic ground from the TNT area. Some of the eyewitnesses were on drugs. I thought it was a hoot when this happened. Everyone just sort of laughed at it. They just thought it was preposterous. But others, like the cryptozoologist and author Lauren Coleman, said there's a history of this kind of lore in the Ohio River Valley. The Native American tribes of the area had long history of chronicling stories about thunderbirds, large birdman. figures that were always harbingers of woe. A lot of people wanted to make fun of Mothman because it's poor, white, Appalachia people talking about it. But I try to put it into context, said Coleman, who wrote the book Mothman and Other Curious Encounters. The Iroquois and the Tesora and the other, I can't pronounce this other tribe, sorry, called them flying heads and big heads. They were exactly like Mothman, headless creatures with big red eyes. David Gabrias, who was hired by the studio to make Mothman documentary that aired on FX channel, said he was convinced the locals saw something frightful. When I first heard about it, I thought, it's West Virginia, and there are a bunch of hicks drinking too much hooch in the mountains, said Gabrias, who produced the Emmy-nominated documentary Why Dogs Smile and Chimpanzees Cry. But the more people we talked to, the more we felt a sense that there was a feeling of something strange, and to let sleeping dogs lie. The people were very believable. I believe in the things greater than us that are unexplained. The mysteries of life are so profound. That is why this legend and others kinds of mythology exist. I feel it keeps us human. Many locals were upset the movie was not filmed in Point Pleasant itself. It was shot in Kennington, Penn, because it was a large enough town to accommodate cast, crew. In addition, Pellington needed to shut down the local bridge for 2 months during filming, something the economy in Point Pleasant couldn't sustain. Instead of running from the Mothman legacy, Point Pleasant locals are embracing it and thriving port city at the turn of the century. Point Pleasant has been suffering from a slow economy for many years. Without jobs, most of the young people leave to find a better way of life.
Wow. It's a pretty interesting story you got there.
That was all one story.
Oh, shit.
I didn't, take multiples and put it together. That's all one. So, it sucks, though, that it did bounce around like that.
Yeah.
But I didn't change anything in it. I fixed some grammatical errors, but that's about it.
No, I thought it was a good story. I haven't seen that movie, so I can't. I think we should watch it.
We will watch it. I own it.
Hell yeah.
I like it. It's really good.
Yeah, I'm down. Let's do it.
I just thought it was a really interesting story. The fact that he hadn't really been seen since.
It's kind of weird. He just kind of dissipated.
Well, and then, like they said, you go back to American Indians, the tribes and stuff back then. They have these creatures, the Thunderbirds, if you will, but they were harbingers of woe. So they would come and, if you saw them, something terrible was going to happen.
So it was like a warning, more or less.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And so, if the Mothman is tied to Point Pleasant, you say, maybe there hasn't been another catastrophic event like that in that town to warrant the Mothman coming out and saying, guys, something's coming.
Shit, yeah, I guess.
That's my thoughts on it,
Yeah,
and the fact that he's been spotted in Chicago.
Yeah.
There very well could be more than one.
Yeah, just kind of like I don't want to use the word herd of them, but maybe a small.
Yeah. A small group of them.
Yeah. So I think that's really cool. And some of the pictures that you had up there were really, really interesting and kind of a little weird. He looks weird.
Yeah.
He looks like if he had a morph suit on and those glowing eyes, and then you put some
wings on
some leather wings on it.
Yeah.
And I was thinking the Mothman almost reminds me more of a bat than a moth. But to each their own.
Yeah. I don't know why they named him Mothman.
Maybe it's because his wings are like how they're
like a
more-
moth's wings would
Yeah.
be shaped, maybe.
they're longer instead of like wider and more pointed.
That could be.
So I don't know.
But I thought it was really interesting. Just the fact that hundreds of people saw this creature.
Yeah, I thought that was
You really can't discredit that. I mean,
no, especially
one or two,
maybe.
sure. I mean, hundreds of people claim to have seen UFOs.
Yeah.
But not in the same year, in the same location.
And a lot of people have claimed to be abducted too.
But again, like I said, not
Yeah.
from the same town, same year, same.
No, I get it.
Whereas this, hundreds of people from Point Pleasant, which isn't a very big town to begin with.
Yeah.
Hundreds of people from that town saw it around the town
Yeah.
the same year.
So
That's
I mean,
pretty. It's hard to discredit that.
yeah, that is a little bit more difficult to do that because, yeah, but then you got to think about how many people try to fake shit like that too.
Okay, so you say 20% faked it. That's still 80 people that saw it.
Okay. Oh, fair. No, I'll give you that. It's cool, like, cause we like I've said this before on multiple episodes, like there's so much that we don't even know that's around on Earth, stuff that we can't explain or stuff that is out there and that probably we have seen and we just haven't realized what it was.
Right.
So
It's so obscure, so outlandish that your brain can't even process it, and it's just like whoop, gone. And you can't even remember anything about it because it was so weird. Your brain just couldn't process it.
kind of like when you're a kid and you think that, oh yeah, no, that was nothing.
That was just a dream, or
Yeah,
no, that's my imagination.
you kids running around
little demon coming out of your closet. That's just my imagination.
like,
Oh, I forgot to shut my door all the way.
son of a bitch.
That's all that was. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I get it. Man, but pretty dope story though, and there's a lot of entities that the Native Americans have that they worship or respect because of just certain, I guess, cultural beliefs. I don't know.
No, I find it very interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
The different entities that they believe in, and I'm sure in some aspects, some of them still do.
Oh, I'm sure that there's still a big belief system around it for sure.
But you could definitely say more in the more modern, as time goes and things propel, I'm sure that there's more doubts.
Yeah.
Like the elders would probably believe in it more than the young kids.
Oh, I see, but it's interesting because I've, when we were looking up for the shapeshifter episode and I was doing some research on it, I found some interesting Native American point of views on the Yinaldushi, which a lot of people still, even some of the younger people still believe in the shape-shifting creature, person, or whatever.
Right.
But
I'm just meaning more in the more outlandish ones, like the Thunderbirds and ones like that, and the Sun God. And
fucking, can you believe if like people still believe in like the Aztecian gods? Like, I don't know if I said that right, but sacrifice once a year, human sacrifice.
Maybe it might be worth it. Start weeding out the weak.
Jesus Christ.
I'm just saying.
Goodbye, cancel culture.
Yeah, right? Whoever started the first cancel culture, you're first.
It's like the fucking Hunger Games.
Yep.
For cancel culture.
But there's no fighting chance. It's just you're
nope.
done.
You're just fucked. And if you win, you still die.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's pretty cool. I gotta say though, we
That was a huge coincidence
what?
of the bridge thing.
Oh yeah,
That was crazy.
bridge and bridge. I gotta say that if you at home that are watching this or listening on, stay tuned for more of the episodes that are gonna be coming out because we got some pretty cool shit that we're gonna be talking about this season.
Yes.
And I'm pretty stoked for it actually.
So what's that hanging behind you there, buddy?
This guy.
Yeah, that guy.
That is,
What do you got?
That is the Cthulhu Cathedral metal poster.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
which that's yours.
Yeah, but has been up there. And
Yeah, I know.
people
I kept on
actually get
falling
to
off.
see it.
Well, because before I kept on like every time I scooted out of my fucking chair, I like I swear to God, or like moved back a little bit, it knocked down and then it hit me on the fucking head.
Yeah, it was
Like,
Graves knocking sense into you.
oh my God, I remember working on the fucking what was it, a couple weeks ago, but when we tried to put it up and then we were like, oh, just leave it down for now. And I was working on the cameras and I was out here and next thing you know, I was scooting back, I'm stretching, and then just hits me on the back of the head, and it's not fucking light either. It's got some weight to it.
A
So
little
it
bit, yeah.
fuck. But yeah,
Yeah, maybe one of these days we'll do an episode on Cthulhu.
ooh, that is a
Or
possibility.
even not Cthulhu himself, but maybe H.P. Lovecraft stories
Yeah,
in general.
I am 100% game for
Which
that.
he's got a lot.
Oh yeah,
Some good movies have been spawned off of his work.
100%. And games.
Yes, the Call of Cthulhu.
Yup. I've seen the game. I haven't played it yet.
Sinking City.
Sinking City, yeah.
That's another one.
I
started playing it.
didn't finish.
Yeah, haven't finished it yet. A
Ooh.
busy guy.
I know. But man, I think that's all we have for this week.
Yeah,
I think we're
doing good.
we're
good.
doing pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean,
Got a couple special episodes coming up.
oh yeah. Got a couple. And oh yeah, aren't we we're going to be seeing a pretty awesome movie. Or
Yeah.
we'll probably the weekend
the
that this
time
drops,
we will see it.
we've seen it, so it'll be
So
after.
the following episode, we
Yeah.
will be talking about it. Yes,
So yeah,
I can't wait and I'm excited for it.
oh yeah, I think that'll be fucking awesome. So
It will be.
yeah, I guess you ready to pack it up? You ready?
12 are fearful followers.
Be brave
Stay safe.
and always be mindful of your fearful thoughts.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.